So welcome to those of you who are watching this on the record as well. So what I wanted you to think about, and I picked, so I hope nobody gets too hungry when I do this presentation today, but I heard an analogy once that really worked well for me, and it was around food and around entrees and sides. So that is part of the terminology that I'll be using today. And some of the foods I'm choosing is just because when I get into fall, I think about these kind of foods. So when we think about a product, it might be something like a turkey, and a turkey may be a main entree. The reality is we have two of the exact same turkeys sitting in front of us. So if I'm a business and I'm going out and I'm trying to sell turkeys, but I have the exact same turkey as the next store, we're offering the exact same product, the things that are going to drive me to that one place or the other, it could be relationship, it could be maybe my price offering, but if I look at how I can build an offer around the turkey, I am going to be more likely to get that business than potentially my competition. So think about the turkey as the main entree. So whatever that might look like for you, whatever that main product or service is, one of the things that you can do to build an offering is to build something around it. So for example, it might be a little bit of mashed potato, or you might even add in some green beans. Those become your sides. Maybe I'll even add a little bit more by adding some cranberries into the mix. So all of a sudden, that initial product of the turkey that I had starts to get an offering by adding in the sides of the green beans, the mashed potato, and the cranberries. Oh, but let's make sure we have a bonus, which of course is the pumpkin pie. I hope, is anybody getting hungry after watching these slides? And apologize, if you're a vegetarian, please know I'm respectful. My daughter's a vegetarian. We actually are part of a vegan group. So if you don't eat meat, it's okay. Let's see, what do we call it, a tofurkey, Amy? Think of it as a tofurkey. So that was just to give you a little teaser of what it looks like to have an entree and some sides. So what are we going to really talk about in our agenda today? We're going to talk about why offers are so important. We're going to talk about how to leverage those offers, and we're going to provide some concrete examples in addition to letting you build your own offering and what that could look like and get some feedback on that right here on the spot. So let's talk about why offers are so important. Well, the reality is, everybody is out there selling a product or service, aren't they? And if we don't look at how we can put things around what our main product is, we may be missing out on sales. And it's not just missing out on sales, but by bundling things together, we can actually make additional money, right? Because we can increase the net profit in how we put those things together. And maybe even think about some of your own buying experiences. For example, even if you go onto Amazon, you'll have something where it says, you know, buy this. Oh, people who bought this product have also purchased ... Or maybe you buy that product. This product goes nicely with ... Buy all three now for, and then they give you the price. Those are another example of an offer. And the statistics on this speak for themselves. When you are able to offer other things with that main product or service, number one, people are more likely to buy from you, and they're more likely to buy more from you. So let's talk about how we leverage those offers. One of the things that you want to think about is, what is your main product or service, and what complements that main product or service? We used that example of the turkey, right? And then we gradually build it with different sides, and of course, we added the bonus. Now, the bonus for you obviously is going to be different than a pumpkin pie, and we're going to get into what that looks like for each type of business. But the point is that just when you think it can't get any better, ring, we've got the bonus for you. And that is almost what makes it like, how could you not buy this product or service? Because we've got the bonus for you. And that's what makes it, people start to really see, okay, yeah, this is what that looks like. So let's give some more examples into probably for us some businesses. And you'll love that I picked some of the stuff. And by the way, I want to thank Amy for helping me with these slides. She helped put these together for us. So sometimes it can be as simple as a sale. And that offer might be really simple. We've got 20% off, we've got 50% off, or we've got the buy two, get this thing. Any kind of that realm is an offer, right? So in that case, it may simply be that they're getting something off. It could be that they're getting something by purchasing this. And depending on what your product or service is, this is something that can be very, very effective for people. If your business is more of a service, so let's say you offer online courses, for example, you might have all of the things curated that you've presented in the past. So maybe in addition to joining you for an online experience, they get access to all of the other courses that you have already curated from the type of presentings that you've done. So that's another way you can do it effectively. And then, of course, I love these gift card win-wins. I purchase a lot of these moving into the holiday seasons because a lot of times what they'll do is, buy the $100 gift card, you're going to get a $20 gift card for yourself. Or what I sometimes do is I buy, when I get the 100, if they let you do them in increments of 25, then I've got 5 25s, right? I'll actually use those as appreciation gifts for friends, tuck them in a little envelope. They're really easy. And right now, gift cards are really in. COVID has really amped up the gift card game, right? And what I love about it is that it is a win-win for everybody because the business is winning, the person that you're giving to is winning, and if you do choose to keep it for yourself, of course, there's another win as well, if you've got something you want to treat yourself to. And one of the things about gift cards, it's very fascinating, the research on gift cards. I think these statistics have changed during COVID. I don't think we have enough data to make this a concrete, bold statement. What I know before is that a lot of times people buy gift cards, they don't actually end up using them, right? So for a store who sells them, they've gotten that money up front. It may or may not be used. When people do bring the gift card in, they spend more money. Very rarely do people just spend the exact amount on the gift card. So when people actually do use it, they end up spending more money. I think COVID is probably shifting statistics on this a little bit. And the reason I say that is a lot of people bought gift cards from places they wanted to support, but knew that that place may not be open right now, or maybe they were limited in their offerings. So I do think people will tend to use those gift cards. So that percentage may go up during this time frame. Again, I have nothing to support that other than just sort of what I'm witnessing out there working with a lot of businesses right now. Happy hour. A lot of people love the happy hour concept, and there's so many different ways you can do this, but this is an offering, right? So it could be a half price appy, it could be a half price on the drinks, it could be a different type of things that you pull together. Some people do it in the half price, some do just like a $2 off. Some people feature their specialty products, some people just do everything, sometimes it's the domestics. But why are happy hours so popular? Well, a lot of people are looking for happy hour specials. And so if you've got an offering that's better than the place down the street, more likely than not, you may draw in that folk. Part of the goal with these appetizer things, just so you know, like the drinking, we kind of know why people do that. The appetizers may be a way to introduce people to your food. So if you're a restaurant, look at a way that you can make an offering that people will actually want to try your food. I've even seen restaurants very effectively with their happy hours. Let's say they're launching a new appetizer on their menu. During happy hour time, they'll actually go around and provide an opportunity to try or taste some of those new appetizers coming out. Even if 50% of the people who taste it order it in the future, you've done your job, right? Because you've introduced them to something. So be thinking as people are in your place about how you can even use that as a strategy. I recognize during COVID, it's a little bit differently. Food service is a little different. And it's even, in my opinion, it's even more the reason to use some of these strategies now so that we can be encouraging new sales, new trying of things, and to really give people a really pleasant experience when they are coming in and choosing to support your business. So I think that's really important. You'll even see some kind of fun things where, like in the breweries, you know, how you can buy somebody a beer and then it goes up on the name and stuff. There's really some fun ways to do offerings with that kind of thing as well. So that can be just another way. So I'm going to give some examples of how you can build an offer if you're more of a product or service type of business. So we're going to start with the pumpkin. It is fall right now. And if you're watching this in the spring, just go with us on this. Just remember back to the fall time period. So if I go to a pumpkin patch and I might be thinking, okay, yeah, you know, I'm going to get my pumpkin. But then I think, oh, while I'm here, maybe there's a special with gourds. And so a lot of times with gourds, that may be an offering that comes in or gets added to the pumpkin. Sometimes they'll do them half price off. Sometimes it might be buy 3, get 1 free, but they'll add that as a component of the offering. But then they might say, but wait, there's more. And they might say, you know, a lot of people who put up those cute little displays outside their homes may do something with a hay bale and some gourds and a pumpkin. And so those become the sides of the main offering, which is the pumpkin, right? I actually just, when I was walking the dog 2 nights ago, I saw a guy unloading hay bales. Their yard is still full of stuff for the Halloween season. I don't even think they could fit one more thing. I'm like, literally my dog, when he goes by, thinks there's like people in the yard. They're not people. It's all their little things they have set up. But he was unloading hay bales and putting hay bales next to all of their displays. So that I thought, you know, hey, I should have taken a picture of his yard, because he obviously got affected by the offerings that were at the store that day. And then there's a lot of people do the corn stalks. And so that would be another side that you could put with this offering and put it together as one package. And now we're going to move into something that would be completely off of the pumpkin, because a lot of people that have spas are always looking for, how can I put my packages together? So if I'm putting an offering together of something around a spa or salon type thing, so a lot of people like to go in and they like to get a pedicure. But if there's an offer where the pedicure might also involve a mani, then I'm going to be more likely to want to put that offering together and more likely to purchase it. And then it might be, well, geez, as long as I'm doing that, I might as well add in some waxing services to it as well. And by the way, if you've looked at spas that do this kind of thing effectively, these are the kind of offers they do all the time. And each month they will generally feature something that's really special. If they really want to put the full offering together, they're going to have a complete spa experience. And if you don't think these kind of things sell, I guarantee, talk to any spa that you do any business with at all. This is huge for them, because they are able to maximize that experience for someone who's coming in. Again, there might be a little COVID shifting with this. However, I think that people are craving some of this more than ever right now. And so those good offerings that entice people to want to get I call it the full meal deal. Now think about it like McDonald's. If you think about it, why just get the hamburger when you can get the Happy Meal and get the little fries and a little toy and a little drink with it, right? Or maybe you're an adult and you're gonna, maybe you go to Culver's and you're going to get the special little, all of a sudden I just forgot the name of it. It's like their shake, but it has a different name to it. But that is one of their big sellers. And they sell a lot of combos because of that, because they put together the offer for people and they make it simple. And so that is one of the things to really consider, is make sure that you keep it simple enough that people can understand it, and people are going to know how to take advantage of the best offer. Sometimes I think about it almost in terms of like good, better, best kind of a concept. So, you know, you can buy our $49 package, which has A, B, and C. Then we have the $99, which is D, E, F, added to the ABC, or you can get the premium package for $250, which has all of that, and then you add in all those extra things. One of the things I want to encourage you to think about is when you're putting together offers, you always want to have something that's at a bigger price point than what you think people may purchase, because a lot of people will pick the high price simply because it's the high price. They always want to be associated, well, what's the highest number thing up there? That's more of a mindset psychology thing. Most people do not pick the small package. Most will pick the middle package. So that's why I always like to have 3 different types of packages available for people. It really does help them make effective buying decisions. So in this, you might want to also think about partnerships. Sometimes, and the reason I mention this around the spa, like for example, when you go in for a spa experience, can there be a way to make an offering and partnership with a coffee shop? So maybe it's that lunch gets delivered. So if there's a break during the spa experience, they have a nice room where they get to enjoy with some soft music and just have a nice healthy salad or coffee, or maybe it is just coffee. But if you can find out what these partnerships would look like, you can actually increase your offering by pulling those things together. And depending on the type of business you have, that could look different, obviously. but a lot of spas have started doing these type of partnerships. Gyms, another great one for partnerships is these people who do like healthy smoothies. So maybe at the gym, the healthy smoothie place brings in smoothies at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever, pick those times, and you can pre-order on the smoothie site, but it gets delivered right to the gym door. So you get done with your workout on your way back to work, and boom, there's your healthy smoothie. So instead of being tempted to go eat some potato chips, you're eating a healthy smoothie, which also supports the lifestyle of the gym. So those are examples of partnership, but you can also increase the offerings of what you might provide to them. So I want to give another example of building an offering, especially this is common if you, hopefully most of us take our car in to get it taken care of. So let's just say I'm going to go and give it basic oil change. Well, now what you're seeing, because a lot of places offer oil changes, is more offerings built around the oil change. So maybe instead of just doing that, they're going to check all your fluids. And some of them call it, you know, a 14-step check or a 21-step check. It depends on which place you're going to and how they frame that. But that has been a huge thing. Or maybe in addition to that, they're going to offer some kind of a tire rotation, or maybe you get that for half price. But in that offering buildup, you're looking for what is it that you have as a product or service, and how can you put taking that entree and then putting your sides around it to make it an even better offer for you. So let's talk a little bit about your business, because I really want to spend some time helping you really dig into what you're doing. So first of all, what I want you to write down is, what is your main product or service? And please feel free to, and if you are someone who is working with business clients and you want to use one of them as an example, confidentiality obviously being honored here, what I want you to do is go ahead and unmute. If you even want to share this, at a minimum, please write it down. But this is an opportunity for us to interact and even help each other brainstorm a little bit. So step number one is, what is your main product or service? Go ahead and jot that down. And then next to that, oh, I see something in the comments. Let me grab this here real quick.
It's computer security.
Oh, okay, awesome. Don't come and check mine, I'm sure. Mike, I bet you get that a lot, the first thing people say. So Mike, now what you want to do for this next question, so what are 3 things that you might provide as a service as it relates to computer security? And we might need to get a little more detailed on the computer security thing. So for example, I don't know if it's that you go to a business and you set up their security systems, or it's more small businesses, or you sell the software that is the security system. That would be helpful to know, because you basically can build around that.
It's the first 2. So we either help out people or we actually provide the service for them. So
okay. So did you write the software yourself?
No.
Okay, so you have someone else's software, but then you're able to go and install it and help provide the support.
Correct. And we can either manage it for them or they can do it on their own, either way.
Okay, so as you think about doing the computer security, what are other things that you've noticed your customers ask for from you that would make sense to offer as, let's just say, as a side?
Well, that is the problem with marketing, is trying to figure out exactly what the customer wants, and what the customer needs can be 2 different things, right?
Yep.
And so what the industry tries to tell me is that we should have a good, better, and best kind of offering with security offerings. And I don't know how true that is. I mean, I guess I would say there's got to be a minimum if you want to really work with somebody. They have to have a certain amount of business. You know, somebody that really cares about their data and their company. I mean, there's lots of people out there, you'd be surprised, that do not care about their security. And to me, that tells me they don't care about their company, because they're not protecting their company in that fashion. Because there's a lot of bad people out there trying to mess with them.
Yeah, I know of two recent incidences where they got held hostage and had to pay the ransom fee to get their entire systems released.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is a real thing for those listening on this call. Like I said, I know of two businesses literally within the last 6 months that got held ransom. And
And that's
in,
southwestern Minnesota, right?
I'm actually these two clients were up in northwestern Minnesota.
Ah, okay. That's even better. There's even
So,
up there.
yeah, so this is a real thing. So here's what is coming up for me. Okay, Christine's asking, did they not care or not understand the importance? Mike, do you know the answer to that?
A little bit of both. It's I'm too small. It's not me. No one would care about my stuff, or even something as silly as, well, we could handle a breach. It's like, what?
Yeah,
People are goofy.
right. So here's what's coming up for me as you're talking. By the way, do you work with the SBDC at all?
In a, like these kind of presentations kind of stuff.
Okay. I'm going to really encourage you to consider signing up a client. My brain right now for you is just going, oh my gosh, this is what he could do. Okay. So what was coming up for me is sort of the question, what's at stake for your business? And
Right.
providing a couple of statistics on percentage of clients that have been held ransom and clients that you would never even think like, what? Like, this doesn't even make sense. And what was coming up for me is asking powerful questions that really help them stop and think. The other thing would be using testimonials really effectively for similar types of businesses. So, right, so like if I'm a car, whatever person who maybe doesn't think this is that important, if I've got a testimony from another car dealer pulling that in, I do think in your offerings, you do need a good, better, best. And I do think that the reason the industry people are telling you that it's important is because it's important. I would also look at what was really coming up for me is something around like data security, like do you guys do any kind of like complimentary webinars to introduce people to data security or what that looks like?
Thinking about it.
Okay, I would do that, and that would be a way that you can build your email list, your contact list, and draw people into, and I would offer it for free. So
Sure.
what I would do is basically, and it could be even 30 minutes, but just basically, our company is going to provide a free webinar on basically computer security, and you address that, why it's important to protect your data, what's at stake by not protecting it, what are some of the things that you're seeing right now out there, and then what can you do about it? And that's where you then are able to put your offer out. And so at the end, you basically have an offer that says, now we know some of you are seeing this for the very first time. It might be brand new to you. You might, we'd love to set up a complimentary consultation with you. Let's at least start there, right?
Sure.
Some of you may know that you're already ready and you know that you're ready for this next step. Here are the types of packages that we offer. Now, some people would make the argument, don't even put the offer out at the end of the webinar, just offer a complimentary 60-minute consultation with them. You know your clients better than I do. If you feel like you need to be face-to-face to make the sale, then that should be the next offer, right? And then you build from that.
Yeah, I've been told sometimes offer assessments and yeah, so in like webinars, it's just tough getting people to them. You put a lot of effort in putting them together like this, as you know yourself, and people don't show, and it's like, what's the return on investment of time and such. So I understand what you're saying. I mean, you got to get exposure.
Well, so this is just, and again, for what it's worth, I used to believe like I needed to get all these numbers on stuff. And what I've learned is that that's not true. What's true is I need to get the right people on it. So let's just say you had a webinar with 5 people, and of the 5, 3 did assessments. And of the 3 that did assessments, 1 purchased something right away, 1 purchased down the road, and 1 was even further down the road. Would that be worth your time?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's not necessarily about having a ton of people on, it's about getting the right people on. One thing that you could do is maybe have an incentive to show up on the webinar. In fact, maybe what it could be is simply for showing up to get this education. Like, the sale up front needs to be what's at stake by not taking care of this. Come and learn. And the other thing you could do is come and learn 3 things you can do now that will make a huge difference. And I would give them, then I call those are the freebies, right? You
Sure.
give them the 3 freebies of here's what you can do now. And then, okay, now we're going to go to the next step for you, because here are some other things you really should consider. And here's why you should consider them.
I was thinking something like a poster and a 10-minute video explaining to their employees security awareness training, and then from there try to get them to a webinar, and then from there, they say you have to have these touches and stepping stones.
It's true. Everything they're telling you is true. And
Okay.
what I always do, I've got it in my other room. I have 2 offices here, but I have this huge whiteboard, and what I do is I map it out on sticky notes. And so sticky note 1 might be, here's the point of contact. Sticky note 2 might be, here's the 10-minute video. Sticky note 3, here's the webinar. Sticky note 4, I'm going to take them into this 1-hour complimentary consultation. Sticky note 5 is ... And then basically what you do is you just vroom, vroom, vroom with them. By the way, I just want to remind you too, this call is being recorded. Is there anything we've talked about that you don't want out there?
No, that's fine.
Okay, all of a sudden I think I said it at the beginning of the call, but then I just want to reiterate it again that this call is being recorded. There's something else I was just thinking about. You know what else would be really brilliant for you is some kind of, you mentioned the word assessment. I like to call it a snapshot. Let's take a snapshot of your company's computer security system right now. And you have a set of 5 questions, maybe 10 at the most. And we want to get a snapshot of where you're at now and identify basically where you might be at risk. And make that thing so simple that even if they go to your website, or I would even consider doing it through LinkedIn or Facebook, Insta, any of those things. LinkedIn probably is a good networking for you just because of the type of business. Are you on LinkedIn?
I am looking at getting Sales Navigator.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking to use it more, yes.
LinkedIn is a great free way to get a lot of stuff out there and really network with probably the right people you want to be networking with. And so I think if you got, and what we would call that assessment or snapshot is a lead magnet.
Sure.
And that lead magnet would work really, really effectively for you. So I would definitely develop something like that for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the other thing on this, now I've got the 3 other services. You're kind of looking at this as good, better, best, and I would definitely do that. And I would also look at what are 3. So an example might be, we'll come in, we'll do this, and one of the things that we offer are X amount of complimentary follow-ups that are worth blah, 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 right? That's a piece of the offering. It can also be the way that you put it together in a package, right? Maybe you're available 24/7. That's I just bought into a group thing, and they had different levels, if you will. Well, one of the things that the top package got is you have access to these people basically 24/7. And it's true. I've tested it twice now. And they do. I mean, I have an answer within 30 seconds to a minute. And it's been worth every penny, right?
Yeah.
So that would be something too.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I got that part of my service, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Because I think that that's just really, really important. Okay. Does anybody else want to talk about their products or services just to get some kind of on the site coaching here right away? I'm trying to see if anybody else is putting anything in the comments, even in the comments. Musu, did you want to talk about your product or service?
I can talk about it. Okay, so for me, I'm just starting in business. It's an online business. I'm starting soon, and I'm gonna be selling like clothing and fashion design, like modest clothing and hijabs. So I don't really know like a lot about like. I mean, I'm learning that offer is really good because then it draw customers' attentions. So that's what I heard. That I learned, and I think
Musu, are you actually going to make the clothing yourself, or are you purchasing it and reselling?
I'm purchasing some and reselling, and some of them I'm gonna like make the design I want, then send it to someone to make it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something I plan on doing.
And are you looking at actually selling the pattern as well?
I don't know yet for that part. So like,
Okay.
but for right now, I'm starting with a scarf.
Yep.
That's what I'm starting with right now because I'm trying to do it little by little. So
Yep. Okay. And do you know who your target audience is? Like is it primarily women?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
women of a certain age, or what age category are you trying to do?
Probably like 13 up.
13 and up?
Yeah.
And when you say scars, do you mean like head scars and neck scarves?
Head scarves.
Head scarves primarily.
Yeah, cover. Yeah.
More of a covering.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do then, so based on what you already know, if I'm a woman who's going to buy a headscarf for a covering, what else might I also be interested in purchasing? What are the types of things that group would often buy together?
So by listening to y'all, like I was thinking about magnets and pins to hold the covering in. So that could be an offer with the hijab, with the
Yes.
cover thing. Yeah.
And so I think that is an excellent idea. So with the hijab, I would look at building that. So if you want to just get your head covering, it's this. But if you want to add in these other things, here's what that offer is.
Yeah.
You might even be able to find another business to collaborate that actually has the pins and things, or what you would do is just bulk buy them and sell them together, right? So it depends on how you want to do that. The other thing you may want to consider is like buy two, get one at half price.
Two pins or
no, I'm sorry,
cover.
with the head covering.
Okay.
So like buy two head covering, get one at half price.
Okay, yeah, that could work.
How many so if I'm a female who chooses to wear a hijab, how many different hijabs would I have in my wardrobe?
I would say up to 5 at least.
Okay. And it's probably something that after a while you get tired of that and you want a new one, right?
New
You want
one,
to freshen
right?
it up. Okay.
Exactly.
So that's why I kind of like this idea of like buy two, get one at half price. Or if you figure out your numbers, buy one and get one at half price. You have to do the numbers to figure out where your price point is, right? And make sure you're making some money. But I like that idea, and I like the idea of having the pins with it and the buttons and the concept of the pins, because I think it would be really nice, and it totally makes sense to go together. And now, what about eventually? Do you want to get into a full outfit, or do you more want to just?
Yes. Eventually, I want to get like outfits, accessories to go with the outfits. Yeah.
So once you get to that point, then I would look at how you shift your offering, right? Because you might do, if you buy the full outfit, maybe you get a discount. You know what I'm saying? Like then you might frame it differently. Right. But I think to get started, that would be kind of what I would look at. Now, are you a client of the Small Business Development Center?
No, but okay. So yesterday, because my friend, she's on a call right now, she told me about this, and I registered to do one-on-one with like consultant. I think that's right,
Yep.
consultant one-on-one. And then I saw this was going on today. Then I register so I can attend one of the
Okay.
sessions.
I'm going to really, really encourage you to sign up as a client of the Small Business Development. It's free. We provide it's at no cost to you. I need to watch my language. It's at no cost to you. So we get funded by the state and federal. We get state and federal support, sometimes private grants as well. And we are there to help you with that marketing plan, with the business plan. And I think it would be really beneficial for you also, just kind of like Mike. I mean, because it's nice to have somebody to help you walk through each of the steps with this. Oh, she is registered. Okay, excellent. Welcome, Musu. Mike had a great idea for you. I don't know if you saw it in the comments, but to put your logo on the pins.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So I talked to vendors and
Yep.
so like I haven't gotten any products yet. I just ordered my products like a week ago. Yesterday. So I told the vendors to add my logo to everything, like, and then the pins too. They're adding my logo to all of them there, and it's really pretty. And I'm like excited.
Oh, I can't wait to see them. It sounds amazing.
I know.
I'm so excited for you. I really, really am excited for you. So
I'm excited and scared at the same time.
well, yeah, welcome to being an entrepreneur. we do it scared. We do it scared. Yeah, Mike, see how awesome you are? So the other thing, and this is what we can help more with the SBDC, it's not really what this training is, but really getting into your target audiences. Like you have a very clear audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be marketing to people who obviously wear the hijab, who need the, you know, I mean, like this, you have a very specific audience, and making sure that you can reach into that audience is going to be key for selling these, right?
Yeah.
So that would be something that your consultant can help you walk through.
Okay.
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 All right. Do you have any more questions about your business?
I don't know.
Well, I think right now that's a good place to start until we
Okay.
can get working with you one-on-one, because then we'll really dig into your business and help you with a business plan. Just take it a step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. Just a step at a time, step at a time.
Okay, thank you.
This is so exciting for you. I'm happy for you.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great. We can tell you're glowing. It's a good thing. Okay, good. Christine or Amina, do you have any clients that, or Amy, that you would want to talk through, or just brainstorming any suggestions for them that have come up that you felt kind of stuck with? And if we don't have anybody, we don't. It's okay.
I don't because I'm not currently having any business.
Okay.
But it's very interesting to know these things. In the future, I might consider opening my business and having also the idea of how things work. It's kind of important. For example, Musu is my friend, and I try to. She was opening. She was at the beginning of her journey, and I was telling her, yeah, there is this service for you, and sometimes people need that first click about something. And I think starting your business strong is very important, because you can really go wrong if you don't consider something. So that's why I think knowing and having idea about your products or your services and what offers you make, it's kind of important. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Amina. And for those that don't know, Amina is one of our student interns at the Small Business Development Center. So she's been helping with a lot of the marketing stuff that's been coming out. So really grateful for all the hard work she's doing as well. She and Amy work really closely together. And I see that Christine said she doesn't have anything today. So I'm just going to kind of go through the last bit of the slides and see if there's anything else we want to pull out for today. And then we all get to start going out and working on our businesses. So I did put down, are there any businesses who may want an opportunity to collaborate with you? And so sometimes, like Mike, I was kind of thinking about you a little bit. Let's say there's a computer sales store, or somebody selling that type of thing or whatever, that may want to offer your services in conjunction with that computer sale. That's the kind of stuff I was thinking about for you. Whoops, hold it, I wanted to go back. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I saw you put something in the chat. Now I can't see it.
Oh, it's just that she will make mistakes. You just have to bounce back from them and learn from them.
Yes, absolutely.
You can't be perfect. You will never be perfect.
No. And, you know, I own my own business too. So I don't just do the consulting. Like, I understand what it's like to be in the trenches. And I always say I do it scared half the time. And I learn from everything. It's like live the learning. Whatever you learn, you just put it into play and you get better and better. It just is what it is. It's just part of life, right? Isn't that life? It's our life's journey, you know? So yeah, thanks. So yeah, Mike, I don't know if you caught that thing about, whoops, somehow I lost what did I do on my thing, you guys? I just did something really weird. Also on that partnerships, Mike, just that's what I would kind of be looking on the computer. And then Musu, for you, anybody that might be making or selling those type of items that would complement you are great places to be collaborating with. Also, you might find boutiques that are willing to carry your hijabs, because you want to look for where are people shopping that you can cater to, and they might be willing to actually put your items on display in their store. So instead of you having to have your own boutique, you just have one little section of their store in addition to what you're doing online. So that is another possibility, just to get more awareness about what you're doing. You know, Musu, I just had another idea for you too. Sorry, this is what happens in my brain. But I would love to see you put a personalized note with each of the head coverings. This was made for you. I am proud to have made this for you. Get your words, but I'm proud to have made this for you. The importance of a head covering to you and why it's important to you to do this type of businesses for women that choose to wear the hijab, and what you wish for them by wearing this. And then I would sign it your name. Make it really personal, build a relationship, and then have a place where they can buy their next one or refer a friend. You could even do a refer a friend special on that. But
That's
make
awesome.
it as, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm thinking, okay, I don't wear a head covering, but I'm excited about your business because the idea of buying something you made with a personal note in it makes me really light up with joy. Because it's personal, it's a relationship, right? It would be like you're developing relationship with them and they're gonna want to buy from you. Does that make sense? Yeah, so as personal as you can make it, and you're just a little bit of a, I love this idea of like what I wish for you is, and I apologize if I'm not getting the wording right, but whatever that lands, like whatever that phraseology would be that makes sense to you. Like for me, I might say, I'm grateful and I hope this brings you joy. That would be what I would say, but that's probably not, you're gonna have what that phrase is for you. Does that make sense? So, okay, good. And then I have the bonus thing. So in a way, bonus can be the extra or it can be the complimentary, but I like to say it's the unexpected. So that's why, like for Musu, I like this idea of the personal note. It's the unexpected. Nobody's expecting to get a personal note from her, but all of a sudden it's this personal note, and it might even be for 10% off the next purchase, or 10% off when you refer a friend, or whatever that looks like. Mike, for you, it could be something related to the computer security. Maybe the bonus is, you know, just in appreciation for you doing this, here's ... whatever that is. I'm assuming that you already do some kind of a trinket or something with your logo or contact information so they can find you quickly. You know, the same ones everybody does is the computer, mouse, pen, that kind of stuff that just feels so blah anymore. But yeah. It would be nice if you had some kind of a cool, you know, something that you could offer that really kind of had a ring. You're trying to make a computer sexy is the bottom line, and it's a computer. You know, I mean, it's a computer. So
yeah, I'm giving them stickers. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm giving them a sticker though.
Yeah, like you take like talking like the decal thing.
Yep.
And then it has your contacts so they can find you quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that makes sense. I always, the computer thing for me, first of all, I'm not exactly a good tech person in general. I choose to get better every day on it. But what's funny about it is that it It's like I try to give some ring to it, you know. Okay, creating an offer. So this is where you can, we've kind of, I think, talked this out enough, but this is where you can take time to create your own offer, jot it down. I think we've got a lot of good ideas about it. The other thing I want to make sure that everybody knows is that you want to test your offers. So testing what's working, what isn't working, where can you shift, and then making that shift. And I know Mike can attest to this. He's obviously been in business for a while. This is where, in my opinion, this is where the growth and change happens, because you're able to evaluate, okay, this is working, this isn't working, here's where I'm going to make the change. And that's usually how you get even more effective. So it's so, so important to be evaluating all the time. Make sure you are not just evaluating on one sale, though. Make sure you have enough to have concrete data that you're looking at. I think that's really important. Mike, do you test your stuff?
Meaning?
Like, have you tried like the good, better, best idea to test to see that, or are you just getting started on that part?
Just getting started on that part, yeah.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see when you start testing what you come up with. And this is why I was saying the thing about doing the signing up as a client, because that would be something you can kind of test against us just to get some feedback before you put it out there. But and I'm not pushing that, other than that's one of the things that we can help you do. Okay, does anybody have any other questions before we get back to it today in our real world jobs?
No, but thank you. You have a great day.
Absolutely. Musu, do you have any questions?
No, but you guys gave really good tips. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I'm so glad you were here. And I'm really glad that Amina encouraged you to sign up too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank all of you for choosing to be here. I know that time is so precious and so valuable. And also, I want to say another thank you to Amy and Amina for helping us get this set up, marketed, and getting slides pulled together. I know I really appreciate that so much. And Christine,
Thank you, Deb.
yeah, you bet. And Christine put a thing in there too. And Christine, thanks too. Christine is one of our consultants in the Northwest Small Business Development Center. So she's actually based out of Crookston. So she also does this work as well. So it's nice to have her on just for insights as well. So I think that is it. I do want to let you know next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, I will be doing the What's Important Now training. And that is really about prioritizing. So that's about taking all of your like million zillion things that you've got on a list and trying to get them down. And I really do it in a 3-step process. And that is about the prioritizing, delegating, and releasing. And it's a pretty efficient system. And so I would love it if you join us. It's free, no charge to come. It's an investment of time. And I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Oh yeah, and that's right. Thanks, Amy. We did send out a survey about today too. So I hope some of you will join us for the What's Important Now next week. If you haven't already signed up, it's going to be fun. And I think that's all I have. I think I have a little closing slide. Thank you so much. I can do the stop share. And yeah, we just want to thank everybody again for being here.
Thank you, Deb. This was great information. It was fun to hear from Musu and Mike about your work, your business experiences, and apply them.
I just noticed you have a turkey in the background. I love it. That's so, you are so awesome.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks,
Yeah,
Debbie.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have an awesome